Okay, we need to make some progress with this thing. Some very small amount of progress. I think I've been going for, has it been 6, 7 hours now? I don't think any of the others have taken me more than maybe 2 to 3 at most. 2 hours is probably the longest so far, I'm not sure. Somehow this one keeps going though. Like it just never feels like you break through to the part where it all falls together. Last time I sorted a lot of stuff out in here, which annoyingly was very self-contained and didn't really like flow out to anywhere else, or at least I didn't notice that it did. Well, it flowed out to here. I think I ended up doing this because of that and narrowing down a few of the options around here. But this has led to a dead end. At least I think it has. Maybe it hasn't, and there's something I can figure out now. But what I'm hoping effectively is that something like this pours out of here and then leads up to this bit, and it will help me figure some stuff out there. Or this pours out this way and gives me something in here or down here. Like this room is still very not done, and this one. And maybe there's stuff I'm not figuring out here, but there's like not many constraints that help each other. Like a lot of these constraints, well, first of all, there's not many cells in here where I know the number. There's one. And where there are some, there's always two numbers. And so when I've got a situation like that, where there's two numbers, I kind of need to have something like this, where there's like a constraint on the same set of spaces, but even that's not good enough, right? Like sure, that could be a 2, then that can be anything. Well, no, not anything, because that can't be a 7. That can't be 2. So it'd be 1 and 4, 3 and 6. But that's in that one case. There's also the case where that's 7 and that's 2. Oh, I guess it's the same. I just don't know which way around they are. I guess I could put that in. It's going to be 4 numbers, but let's just do it anyway. I find it useful sometimes. So wait, what is it going to be? If this is a 2 or a 7, then that can't be a 2 or a 7. So it's going to be 1, 4, 3, 6. That's it. 1. Oh, I'm going to zoom in a bit more. 1, 4, 4, 1, 3, 6. I don't know whether it actually does ever help. I write it down occasionally. I've definitely got it in other spaces, like up here. I don't know whether it's ever actually led me to notice something earlier than I would have noticed it anyway. I guess we'll see though. Interestingly, a bunch of those numbers do cross over with these numbers over here. Is there a guaranteed 3 in this area? 4, 2, 1. No, that would be fine. 4, 2, 1 would be totally fine. Oh, but then this... That's interesting, actually. So if this were 4... If this were 4, there's a bunch of options. It could be 3, 2, 3, 1, and so on. But does that still allow me to do something here? Well, I can't use the 3 and I can't use the 4, so both combinations here are ruled out, right? If that's 3, 1, if it's 3, 2, is that what I just did? I can't remember. Basically, if the 3 and the 4 are here, we've got a problem, because I can't do either of these. Therefore, I need some combination of this that doesn't use a 3 and a 4. But it can use either of them, but not both. So it has to be... hold on, if this were 3, then it'd be 2 and 1, so that would be fine. It only uses a 3. Or 4, 2 and 1. Interesting. That's true, isn't it? That means I can narrow out narrow down the 3 in there, I think. Think about it again. 4. This can't be a 3 because then there's no combination of this that would work. So it'd have to be 2, 1. Or it's 3 here. 2, well, yeah, okay, no. Yeah, okay, so those can't be 3. In both of those situations, that's not 3. So it's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Okay, so we have another pair. Fantastic. Oh, but that means 1 is there, so it's not 1 and 4 over here, it's 3 and 6. I hope I did that right. I think I did. Oh, I'm too scared. If it's a 4 here, we can't have a 3 because then these pairs doesn't work. So it'd be 4, 2, 1. If it's a 3 here, it's 3, 2, 1. Therefore, yep. Which means there's a 3 over here, so that's a 4. Oh my gosh, I'm actually getting something. I did not expect this to lead to something. I was just doing a silly example of things that don't work. And then it worked. So that's guaranteed to be a 4. So this is guaranteed to be a... Whoa, wait, what? We have a problem. Oh, okay, there must be something wrong here. Because if that's I think I've just also proven that can't be a 4. Because if that's a... Oh, that's not the right thing. If that's a 4, I should have seen this earlier, then that's a 5 and that's a 5. They can't both be 5. So that has to be a 3. So it's 3, 2, 1. Or 3, 1, 2. What did I just do over here? So the thing that I worked out is that those couldn't be 3. Because neither of these would work. But why did that suddenly prove that couldn't be 1 and 4? Because there's a guaranteed 1 there. So it can't be 1 and 4, it's 3 and 6. In which case it can't be a 3 here. Oh no, I have a contradiction. And yeah, no, this can't... If this is 3 and 4, then... What's the reason this can't be 5? Because then these would have to be 6 and 7. 4. In fact, it can't be 4. There's a whole bunch of reasons this can't be 4. If I say that's 4 and it needs 2 numbers greater than it, then they would be 5 and 6, or 5 and 7, or 6 and 7. But so that has to be 3. But don't I have a problem with it over here? Hold on, if that's a 3, and these are 2 and 1, but I don't know which way around. So then that can't be those. So that has to be 1 and 4, but it can't be because I need a 1 to go over here. Did I mess that up? Two, 7, 2, 7. 1, 1, 4. 2, 5. Oh, of course. That's where I messed up. Okay. However, I figured something else out in the process. Okay. So I messed that up. Because it's not that I could have 2, 5 up here. Because all it would mean is that the 2 is on this side, and that's totally fine. Oh my gosh. However, this stuff I've gone through some I started with a thing that I can't figure out, ended up incorrectly figuring it out, giving me something else, and then figuring out that the other thing was incorrect and that this is the actual thing that I could have figured out in the first place, which is that I know 6 and 7 are here. So that means 4 can't have two numbers bigger than it, because it'd be 5, 6, and 7. So two of them, at least one of them would have to be 6 or a 7. So it can't be 4, it's 3. Okay, that is a thing that I can figure out. It's 3, which means that's not 3 and that's not 3. So these are 1 and 2. I don't know if I can figure out which one's which, though. Well, I know that there's a 1 in one of these 3, but I don't know which one. 4 and 5. So that's guaranteed 4 and 5, yes. Which means, hold on, that means I know this number, right? It's a 1. No, it's a 2. 2 is the only number not accounted for. Yes. Okay. Interesting. Now what? Good question. Can I figure something else about that now? I know that's not a 2. But it could be a 1, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, or a 7. Interesting. I was not expecting to be doing anything up here. And I don't think I've got much more than that, but... Well, okay, so I know quite a bit about this row, right? I know 1, 2, and 3 are done. So 4, 5, 6, 7 are left. These two need to be 3 apart. 4, 5, 6, 7 has to be 4 and 7. 4, 5, 6, 7 has to be 4 and 7. Okay. 4... I don't know which order, though. 7, 4... But that would tell me that. Those two would affect each other. Okay. Did I get that right? Only numbers left here are 4, 5, 6, 7. So therefore, I need two numbers that are 3 apart. 4 and 7. Which means 5 and 6 are here. And interestingly, that will affect that as well. 5 and 6 are here. I think this one of them needs a number less than it. They both have numbers less than them. 4, 7, 7, 4. So that's interesting, right? We have an X-wing with the 7s. So I know none of these are 7s. Do we have an X-wing? We do. None of these are 7s. Because if this is 2, 7, then that's 7, 2, or 7, 4. So both of these columns are done. Yep. Okay, so that narrows down this stuff a bit. So I know there's no 7 there. But there still is a whole bunch of things this could be. Kinda. What does it leave? It leaves 1 and 4. Sure. Not, well, 2 in the other direction, yeah. 2 and 5, 3 and 6. Just looking at my combination again for this thing. Does that help me? I don't think so, though. 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6. Well, let me put in the 5 and 6 up here, right? That's what's left. Yep. 5, 6, 6, and 5. Something smaller than those. Okay, so all I know is that that's not a 6 or a 7. Great. Four, two, three. Maybe I can start figuring out some of this based on what I know about that. Somehow. No, I think I'd just be able to narrow it down to more things, sort of, but only if I knew those. It's like the choice of these would narrow this down massively, but without that choice, it doesn't help. What I do know is that there's not a 7 there. Were there options that had a 7 there? There was 1, or 2. No 7 there, no 7 there, so one of these 5 is a 7. May very well be that one, which I've had marked for a long time. Those aren't 7, that's not 7. So 7's here, here, or here, but don't know which one. So that number needs to be bigger than something, so it can't be a 1. It could be like a 2 and a 1. Like, this is an interesting relationship here, I think. If that were a 2 and a 1, then that would have to be a 1. Which would actually be impossible, because then this wouldn't be able to work out. There has to be a 1 in either of those two. So that's not a 2. So if it were it could be, because that 1 could go the other direction. It could be 3. That'd be 1. Then we're fine. Yeah, too many options. Surely this X-wing's going to help me somehow. No 7s. So the rest of the 7s are here and here. Not there. Not there either. I mean, not in a lot of places. 43. So how many options of this have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are there any that don't work for any reason? Should we throw some in? 1, 5, 3, 6. 1, 5, 3, 6. What would it do? It would make that a 6, that a 5. It would make that a 1 and that a 5, which clashes. So that doesn't work. 1, 5, 3, 6 does not work. 2, 6, 4, 1. 2, 6, 4, 1. So that makes that a 5. Makes that a 6. Makes that a 1 and that a 5. That one works fine. Any issues after that? That can't be a 7 or a 1, 4, 6 or 2. So it's not that. It's not that. Well, it could be about. It's not that one. It could be that one. 2, 5. No, it can't be that. So that has to be 3, 6. 3, 6. That would work. Okay. Can't narrow down that one. 3, 7, 5, 2. This feels a little bit brute forcey, but I don't know. 3, 7, 5, 2. That makes that a 1, then a 5. If that's a 5, then that's a 6. That's a 5. Basically, neither of these two middle ones can be 5. Because we have another X-wing. Don't we? We do. We have an X-wing of 5s there. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so the two middle ones can't be 5. So you're gone. You're gone. We have 3 options left. Seems like it. That's exciting. Okay. All right. Is there a common number in all of them? 1 is common in all of them. So that can't be a 1. Oh my gosh, it feels like too much of a stretch. It's not there, right? We have an X-wing of 5s. We have an X-wing of 7s. So we cross out any that have a 7 in the last space or 5s in the middle. 5s in the middle, 5s in the middle, 7 in the last space, 5 in the middle, 7 in the last space. That was gone from earlier for some reason. 7, 3, 1, 4. I don't remember why. Then 5 in the middle, 7, 3, 1, 4. Why is that gone? That is from earlier, right? If I undo. Yep. 7, 3, 1, 4. 7, 3, 1, 4. What does that do that's so bad? Does it stop this from working? Or... So that would have to be a 2, a 1, or a 7. No, a 2. That would have to be 7 at that point. Oh, wait, what? Oh, no, okay. Oh, that's got 7 and a 1 in it. That's why. That's why. So we'll end up with 3 left, all of which have 1 in them. I hope I got every single combination here. I'm gonna double check just in case. Starting with a 1, we can go up to a. Okay, I'm not gonna look. Starting with a 1, we can go to a 5. From the 5, we can go down to a 3 or up to a 7, and then up to a 6 or down to a 4. 1, 5, 7, 4, 1, 5, 3, 6. Yep, that's my options there. Starting from a 2, we can go 2, 6. Was 2 the next? Yeah, it was. 2 to 6 to 4, 2, 6, 4, and then 1 or 7. 2, 6, 4, 1 or 7. Yep. I must have got this right. 3 can only go one direction to 7, 5, 2. 3752. Oh, yeah, I got this right. I think it's right. I think it is. I think this is guaranteed to not be a 1. Ooh, because there's a 1 guaranteed in there. So this is a 7, and that's a 1. Okay, big thing's going to happen now. Maybe. Maybe. I still don't know which of the combinations it is, right? None of them have a 7 in them. However, also given this 5 X-Wing, that also means that none of these can be 5. Right? So, does that narrow down a bunch of those? That can't be 5. It could be 6. In which case that would be 7. Which is fine. And that would be 6. Which is not fine. So it can't be 6. Let's change colour. So I just proved that it can't be 6. It also can't be 7 because it needs something bigger than it. So then 5, it can't be 5. 4, something bigger than it. It can't be 5, so it has to be 6 or 7. If it's 6, then this is going to be a 7 or a 5. It can't be a 5 because then that wouldn't be able to work. So it has to be a 7. Any issues with that? Four, 7 in the middle doesn't affect anything. It does wipe out 2 of the options. It makes it 5, 1, 3, 6. But okay. Is there another option there? 6, 5? No. Okay. There is 7 could go there. And then 6, which would make that 5. Which would make that 6. And that would be 1. That would be 5. Which is fine. But then there is down a bunch of these. 6, 4, and 5 can't be there. But 3 could be. 5, 1, 3, 6. But that wouldn't work. Okay, so 4 and 7 doesn't work. Therefore, I don't think 4 worked at all, although I'm not 100% confident about that. And there's a whole bunch more numbers to check as well. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is too many. But no, there's no 5 here or here. Therefore, this is 4 or smaller. 4, 3, 2, 1. No, okay, no 5s there. Did I just get rid of something? I don't know. No 7s there. No 5s there, no 7s there. Let's just think about these other 3. Is there, maybe I can just quickly narrow down why they can't work. 2, 6, 4, 1. 2, 6, 4, 1. What happens? That becomes a 5, that becomes a 6. So that becomes a 5, that becomes a 1. And that's all. Well, that becomes a 1, that becomes a 2. I thought it was a 3, 2, or a 1. Seems okay. Let's try a different one. 5136. That makes this a 5 and then a 1. So that's a 5 and that's a 6. And that's about all. Six, 2, 4, 1. 6, 2, 4, 1. That's not useful one at all. It doesn't clash with anything I've got written down. Ugh. Yeah. It's weird. I've only just I've noticed it before because it's part of the end puzzle, but the shaded squares, it's almost like I completely blanked the fact that was a thing in my mind. Almost like they weren't shaded a few minutes ago, or just a second ago, and now suddenly they're shaded. I guess I just got very good at not thinking about it. Okay, so it's possible that some of those with this ends up breaking. That's okay. Let's do it again. 2, 6, 4, 1. 2, 6, 4, 1. And that does 5 here, and then 6 there, and then 5 there, and 1 here. Okay. It's the main set of things it does. And that's a 1, and that's a 2. How does that affect this? So this can't be a 1, that can't be a 1. That can't be a 2. Could this be a 2? That would have to be 3. And that would have to be 1. It's totally fine. Don't like it. Too many things. What about this now with that? Right? So what else is constant here? Is there anything else constant? Is 4 always in it? No, it's 5, it's 6. 6 is always in it. So we've got another one of these situations where I know that this block contains a constant 1 and 6, right? There's always a 1 and a 6. And that's all, yes. Which means something about this. So my options were 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6. 7 can't be there because of the X-wing. Okay. We also can't have anything where... Okay, so the options are 1, 4, which is fine. But 4, 1 is not. So 1, 4 is fine. 2, 5 is not. 5, 2 is. 5, 2 is fine. 3, 6 is not. 6, 3 is. So for each of those, we have one direction it could go. Let's write those in. I'm going to write those in now. 1, 5, 6, 4, 2, 3. Hopefully that was right. Does having that 1 there help me? Oh, it does. Why don't I come back down here? That's a 7. And that's a 1. Okay. Are we going to start going back through again? Hello, what does that help me with? There's only 2 numbers that I need to figure out in here now, 3 and 4. Similar to up here? No. here. There's this 2 here, but I'm not very constrained. I know that 3 doesn't involve a 7 or a 1 down here, but it might on the top, or it doesn't involve 7 at least. So it involves a 1 and a 4 in a specific direction, or a 2 and a 5 in either direction, or a 3 and a 6 in either direction. Okay, there's a 2 here. Come on, what now? What now? What now? I think all of that only gave me that here that affects this stuff. It does tell me where the 1 is, because I remember that being a question. I knew it was one of those 3, but now I know it's that one. So, what's left for this? What's left for this? 1, 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 2 doesn't go there. 2 can go there or there. Which means this is a 4 or a 6. Alright. Oh, actually, this is kind of interesting. So I was just in my head thinking about this and thinking, well, could that be a 1? Don't remember why I was thinking about that. Now I don't know what that led me to. I noticed something about 1s. Well, so I note that I can't have a 1 there. I can't have a 1 there. I can't have a 1 there. Well, I mean, I can, but I mean, what I'm talking about is this left column. So why don't I just cross that off? Can't have a 1 there. Can't have a 1 there. Can't have a 1 there. Could have a 1 there. Can't have a 1 there. So we've got a 1 in 3 possible places. It's good to know, huh? Can I figure out these 2 now? If that's like a 4, does that do something? This is bothering me a lot. It's just a kind of awkward thing because the 1 goes in either direction. So every number I choose here has like 2 things from this constraint and then n minus 1 things from this one. Well, the combination lock paid off, kind of. I narrowed that down and that down. There's got to be something else I can do now. Like coming back this way. Maybe. But how? 1 to 3. Like, all that's told me is that I've got a 1 in this place, which I don't care about anyway, because I'd already covered my 1 there. It does mean that, like, that's not 1. Oh no, I knew that anyway. If that were 3, that could be like 2, 4, 4, 2, 5, 3 the other way around. That were 4 and that were 3. That one has to be smaller than something. That's not a 7. Not a 7. 7, 5. This one has to be bigger than 2 numbers, but not a 7. So it's a 6, 5, 4, or 3. 6, 5, 4, 3. As far as I can tell, it really could be any of those. 6, 5, 4, or 3. Maybe I'm not done up here. Those X-wings must be more important than I've made them so far. This thing bothers me so much. I mean, I could write down all the options for it and figure out which ones are not possible. I don't need this anymore. Let's just see how many there are. I can't even quite comprehend exactly how many options there are here. So let's just draw the symbols on. So we have 1, 2, 1, which doesn't work because then a 1 would have to go there. Let's do the middle number first. So 3. The middle number can't be a 1 as well. 3, something smaller than 3, a 2 or a 1. Then we also have a distance of 1 here, so that could be a 2 or a 4. It can't be a 2, so that's gone. 4, 3, 1. But then there's also 3, 2. I think I varied these. It should have been 2, 3, 1, and then 4, 3, 2, and 4, 3, 1. Which of these are not possible? The ones with 2 there. 4, 3, 2 is fine. 4, 3, 1 is fine. Yeah. Then we've got the ones where 4's in the middle. Then we've got 1, 2, or 3 that's small. Ugh, this is way too much. All I know is it can't go up to a 5. So it's down to a 3. So it's going to be always 3, 4. But then there's 3, 4, 3. 3, 4, 2, and 3, 4, 1. Yeah, we've got way too many options. Let's just get rid of this. Maybe that would have come in useful later, I don't know. Ooh, what am I doing? How do I make this easier? There we go. Okay. Well, I know there's can't be a 1 now. Don't need to keep that on there. It is interesting how I've got these pairs of pairs. Oh gosh, wrong thing. Pair of pairs, pair of pairs, pair of pairs. These don't share an X-wing though. They don't share a number that I can use to do the X-wing. This must cascade somewhere now. That must be the point of all this. Okay, so here I need a number that's bigger than something. So anything 2 or more, but not 2. 3 or more, but not 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. If 3, 4, 5, 6 goes here, then this is 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6. There's also this 3. There's gotta be something I can start doing around here. What do I know about this? I know it's not a 5, I know it's not a 1. That's about it. It needs to have something that's 2 away from it. I know that's not a 7. Because that would make that a 5. Therefore 7's over here somewhere. But not there. Seven's also not there. Am I going to figure out this column from starting from like here or whatever I was doing? If 7 were there, that would be a 5. So that would make that 4 and 6. And that 3, and that 7. And that 3, and that 4. All fine with me. Or that could be a 7, or that, I mean, that can't be a 7 either. And neither can that. So actually, 7's in one of these two. Which makes the other one 5. Wait, whoa, what? Seven's not there. Okay, there's a reason 7's not here. 7, because that would be a 5. So 7's not there. So therefore 7's in this row, somehow I was then like, oh, but it's not there. Right, okay, 7's in this row somewhere. I don't even need to think about that. This is entirely separate. This isn't a 7 because it needs something bigger than it. This isn't 7 because there's something on the same row that is a 7. This isn't 1 because it needs something bigger than it. This isn't 1 because there's a 7 over there. Right, okay, so then one of these two is a 7. If that were a 7, that'd be a 5, and we'd be stuck, so that's a 7. Oh. So this one's a 7, and that's a 5. Oh my gosh, I could have done this a while ago. Oh no, because oh no, but I didn't know there was a. I did know there was a 7. So technically, I could have worked this out. Oh my gosh. Okay. So not 5, not 5. So we've got 6 and 4. And okay, this is giving me a whole bunch. 7. So basically, these grid cells that I was like, I wasn't making progress in, I probably could have been making progress this whole time. Or at least a lot of the time. Okay. Wowee. What now? Oh, okay. Now that gives me that's 3. And that's 4. That's another whole column done. I just want them to give me one of those two. Soon it might, I guess. I hope I did that right. It was this column. That could be 7 because of that. That could be 7 because it needs something bigger than it. That could be 7 because it needs something bigger than it. That could be 7 because of that. Therefore, yes, okay. What from that then? That tells me that's not a 5. Does that help me? I already knew that's not a 5. That's bigger than that. Okay, so what's left for this row? 1, 2, and 7. That can't be a 1 because it needs to be bigger than something. And it can't be a 7. 1, 2, and 7 is what we need, right? Can't be a 1, needs to be bigger than something. Can't be 7 because there's a 7 there, so it's a 2. Okay, it's all coming together, sort of, maybe. At least a bit of it is. Some part of this is coming together. That makes that a 1. Which means something about this, probably. Not really. I mean, the number that's got 2 bigger than it, so it's got to be at most of 5. So 4, 3, or 1. 4, 3, or 1. Oh, but it can't be a 3. Yeah, this is all coming together. 4, 3, so 4 or 1. 4 or 1. If that were a 4, then this would be that'd have to be a 6, because it can't be a 5. That would have to be a 7, so that can't be a 4. So that's a 1. Oh, I need to think about that again. So it's a number that's got, let's just write them down. It's a number that's got 2 more than it. So it's either a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 5. Can't be a 5 because of this. Can't be a 2 because of that and that. Can't be a 3 because of that. So it's a 1 or a 4. If it were a 4, this would have to be a 5. It can't be a 5. So it'd have to be a 6. It would have to be a 7. It can't be. So it's not a 4, it's a 1. Bish, bash, bosh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is what I need to get in here. But it can't be a 5 and then I can't have a 5 here. So it has to be a 4 or a 6. But that can't be a 7. So that's not a 6. Hold on. That needs to have one number bigger than it. but where that number is not 7, so it has to be a 5 or lower. It can't be a 5, so it has to be a 4. 3, 2, 1, it has to be a 4. 1, 4. This is giving me so much. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What goes here? 5 or 6. 5 or 6. Can I figure it out? What about these two? So a bunch of pairs are gone now. 1 and 4's gone. 2 and 5's gone. 3 and 6 is the only thing left. So, hold on. So if I know these are 3 and 6, then there's a 6 in there. That tells me what this is, right? 6, 3. I hope I'm not rushing too much and making mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are left. It can't be a 6 because the 6 is here, so it's a 5. So that's a 6. Oh my gosh. Wait, so now I know what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4. Okay, we're going back into this grid. What was left from this one? 1, 2, 2 and 6. Well, 2 can't go there because of this. So 2. Oh, I'm not making mistakes, right? And 6, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 2. That's a 6. That goes there. So that's a 4. Which means that is necessarily a... Why did I now write a 7 there? Oh, because there's a 7 there, so it's a 1. Cool. Okay, this might be it. This might be the whole... Everything falls together now. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure it's quite everything yet. But it's pretty much all of it. In fact, hold on. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are missing from here. Which, I mean, I know exactly which way around these have to go then. 4 and 3. So therefore, 6 and 3. Oh, it really is all falling together. Wait. 1 and 2? Or 5, 6, 7? No, there are only 2 that are... What's missing from here? 1, 2, 5, and 7. They're only ones that are 1 apart and 1 and 2. So I know these are 1 and 2. I don't know which way around they are. 2, 1. But I know there's another 1 there, so I do know which way around they are. 2. This whole grid thing, this whole thing might fill in. So then we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. That can't be a 7 because that would be a 5. So that's a 7. So that's a 5. Oh my gosh. Oh, what do I need here still? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Can't be a 6. So 5 or 7 here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 can't go there or there, so it goes there. Okay, this is it. We're down to the just doing basic, what's it called? Latin squares? I'm learning lots of terms from doing this. Yeah, this is the basic stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are left. Can I figure out which way round they go? Yes, I can. 5 and 6. Yeah, this whole thing's done, isn't it? 1, 2, and 5 need to go in here. Yeah. I hope I'm not making mistakes here. 2 and 5. It still doesn't tell me these 2 yet. Do I know them yet? 3 and 4. 3 and 4. No. I'm going to get them in a second though, aren't I? Yeah, unless I end up with an ambiguous 3 or 4 here, which I'm not going to, because that's a 3. There we go. That's a 3, so that's a 4. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's happening. 3, 4. 3, 4. So that's 3. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7. Yep, no contradiction so far. 1. All good. We almost have a square. 1, 2, and 6 are missing from here. 2 and 6. So 6 can't go there, so it's here. 2. So then finally we have 2 missing from here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta-da! I finished the square. This is the last one I thought I'd finish. I was getting nowhere with this. And then suddenly it just all happened. I hope it's right. I really hope it's right. But I'm going to leave it there. But I think now the rest of it's going to be kind of similar to that, especially now that I've got these filled in. I say that, I don't know for certain. Maybe I shouldn't look too hard right now. I mean, I only need 2 more numbers there. 2, 3, 3 and 5. There might still be some difficulty. But yeah, I'm going to stop there. It's a good moment to stop. I got a whole square done. That is progress. However, I've still got the rest of it to do. Although that might help me a lot with this stuff. 2, 5, 6. I know the 2 1 isn't there. 5, 6. Okay, I need to stop. Okay, it's so tempting to keep going though, but I'm going to stop there. And maybe the next one. It depends if it all falls together. If it all falls together, the next one I might be able to finish it. Because once it's going like that, there's like no problem at all. But if I get to another dead end, then I don't know how long it's going to take. We'll see.